Yeah, what's up again, everybody? Again, sorry for the extendo sub-only mode that I'm stupid enough to have left on the entire last race. Crumps is a moron. Again, all apologies for me on that one. That is me being stupid and not realizing that. So apologies from this end. I'm so sorry, but welcome into a good race. Y'all finally get to talk. Woo! No, again, apologies. I'm so sorry, guys. On that note, welcome into being able to talk for a really good race. We got a good one ahead of us here, and this takes place from the NFC West. If you guys check out BOILeR.org, you can see the standings there. Notice that JimDrizzle is leading this division. His closest competitor is his competitor this afternoon. So we got ZeroGamePlan on the left, your St. Louis Rams, see I'm getting better, representative, facing off, like I said, against JimDrizzle, your San Francisco 49ers representative. And again, Jim is leading the division by 2 games over 0 right now. So big matchup right here. If Zero wins this, he gets within 1 game and a lot closer to JimDrizzle. If Jim wins, he's pulling away here. So big matchup right here. Let me get you a link into both of their channels. Well, that's the old one, mind you. I didn't want to update the bot just to be on the safe side. The one that I got's the new link for Zero and Jim. This bot technically may not work, so subs don't bother with that one. We're going to do a best 2 out of 3 race through the womb 2. You see the zeros at the bottom of the screen. As soon as somebody kills Mom's heart, we'll add a point to that. And again, we do a best 2 out of 3, so we'll reset the racers in between each. We both race as Isaac, same Platinum God save file with every item unlocked for both of them to find, so everything's available. On that note, we've got 7 banned items no one is allowed to touch. It's 6 technically. We'll get to that. You cannot take Dr. Fetus, Epic Fetus, Ipecac, Dead Sea Scrolls, the Holy Bible, or the Shovel. Toothpicks are on that banned list because you can either re-roll them with a D6 like every other banned item, or take them if you want. Completely up to the racers. Glitches pretty much all banned. If they are only beneficial, they are outlawed. If in any way, shape, or form you run a risk, again, we'll get to all these, such as Kamikaze, cough cough, JimDrizzle, one of the 2 people to survive with it. You can use that glitch if it runs a risk. Racers know this though, they're on a call, they can do their countdown whenever they're ready, and again, good luck to you guys both. Zero gonna look to close the gap in the NFC West, Jim gonna look to widen it even further and start walking away with us here. So again, best of luck to everybody. Excuse me, and again, here's a link to get into both of their channels. Tell both Zero and Jim good luck on this one. Root on your favorite racer, hang out with both of these guys. And again, best of luck to you. Which do you think is riskier on that one, computer? Having 4 enemies in the room or having 16? Because if you got base damage here, 16 enemies in a room, really bad idea. Really terrible idea. And there we go, we're off and running. So speaking of those toothpicks, let's see those no toothpicks right off the bat as Jim gets to reroll it. And he's going to reroll this into Brother Bobby. So we've seen it a few times already today. Base damage coming out of that, but again, a little bit of damage up following around. We had the relic on ZeroGamePlan side. He went ahead and reset it, though. He got a couple extra soul hearts, and same thing out of the relic. Would have been every 4 rooms a soul heart spawn. Ooh, and Jim's actually going to reset his as well, so not too happy with what he had at that point. Both on the reset, both looking for their new first item room again. By the way, for those that don't know, and again, check out the split link for both of these racers. Say what's up to Jim and to Zero, like I said. Oh god, here it is. I was just about to explain this. Game, really? I was just about to explain this, dude. Alright, real quick, ZeroGamePlan's got himself Blood Rage, which if every enemy that he kills per room is going to give him a little bit of damage increase, up to a maximum of a little bit over 3 damage per room. Note I say that because it resets as you leave the room, and it does cap out. On that note, we were just about to say hey to Famine, so let's all actually... to Famine, if you would. Okay, like I was explaining with Jim, he's got Kamikaze. One of the glitches that we do allow, because it is somewhat risky, is to hug the wall with Kamikaze and not take damage with it, like you see Jim doing right there. The risk you run is that if you open up a door, you're just barely off of that wall. You take damage with Kamikaze like you normally would. Now, Jim is one of 2 racers to make it through this year holding onto that item and not dying in the process, getting through his run. So, he's going to take it with him again here. Again, there is that risk that you run, but Jim is quite good with it, and we've seen him use it a few times. Speaking of Bloody Lust, why not duel it up? So, both racers now with Bloody Lust adding damage onto their tiers as they kill enemies in every room. And there you see Jim making very good use there of that Kamikaze. You don't need bombs anymore. Hey, girl. Actually, you need the famine. Hey, that Danny does. That would be so perfect. Oh my god, we need to make this happen. This so needs to be a thing. Why have I not thought of this up until now? Ooh, Super Lust on Jim's side, but again... Ooh, notice that he did take damage there, though, as Super Lust got a little bit of blood up underneath him. So you do have to be careful. Jim down to just 1 heart. Make that 2 now as he's got the Yum heart. He's going to use that, and probably 3 now as he's got a Justice card. Justice card is 1 of every item. There you go. Ooh, a golden key for infinite keys for the floor. But again, Jim back up to full health. That was that risk of having, excuse me, Kamikaze. It will backfire on you sometimes. If you can't see the emotes for famine, let me see. Bot may be able to link up for me. Yes, it will. I'll be damned. There's the chat add-on that's actually got those emotes included in it. Alright, once again, the Doctor's remote showing up on ZeroGamePlan side. Not going to take it with him, though. That would have been a one-time use of Epic Fetus, therefore a droppable bomb. But again, that is allowed. Epic Fetus itself is not, because, again, infinite of those, you can just get right through any door you want to. How about let's see those no shovels? Will Jim take Brother Bobby first? Ooh, he will. And again, we'll not be able to get back into that devil deal. He left the D6 behind on the last floor, now that I think about it. I thought it was on that basement floor, but it was on basement 1 where he left it behind. So moot point anyways, but Brother Bobby once again on Jim's side. This time he had to spend a heart to get it. You saw those shovels show up, though, and there you see the no shovels in chat. That is a banned item. Every 6 rooms, that would give you a way down to the next floor. And again, let's say you build up a deal like Bystro just had with the habit also included. That makes it every 2 times you get hit, you get away to the next floor. So in a speed run, awesome. Not so much in this race. We wanted to make it a little more even and kind of get everything a little more head-to-head in the racing situation. So let's see. Let's also see those no... Wow. Let's see 2 no Bibles as ZeroGamePlan rerolls a Bible into another Bible. Thank you so much, game. This is kind of the trolley part to us not being able to pick up the banned items this year, is that has happened a few times. But again, Bible banned because that would hit both Mom's Foot and Mom's Heart. Again, speedrun situation, awesome. Race situation, you've seen how close those fights have made these races. So we banned it just because of that to make it, again, a little more even. But wow, that RNG just, ouch. Nope, can't even touch the banned items. You have to reset if you do. Because half of the items that are in that banned list, you can't even touch and be able to put back down. So we lump them all in the same category. Alright, we got half an Eternal Heart on Jim's side. Again, if you were to be able to take that to the next floor or find a second one here, that becomes a full red heart container. Moot point now, though, as he did get hit, and that is gone. So he had no protection for it. First hit you take at that point, that thing is going to be gone. Yeah, totally legit. Also totally legit. Oh, no problem at all. No problem at all, Hanky. And I saw somebody ask, why is the Dead Sea Scrolls banned? That's because it can give you a use of the shovel and the Bible. So 2 of the banned items that showed up, believe it or not, are usable off of the Dead Sea Scrolls. It's random, but it happened to Morag twice last year that he got the shovel usage. And again, the shovel was already banned, so he had to think about that. He stopped real quick and he's like, dude, I don't think I can use this, but can I use this? Because I'm going to ask. So let's see, the Guardian Angel, and yet another God Room here for ZeroGamePlan. Also going to take the Wooden Spoon for a little bit of speed increase. And he's going to head back for that item room, it looks like, here on his Caves 1. We got JimDrizzle fighting off the Wretched, which would theoretically finish off Caves 2. I think he might go find that item room as well, though. Might depend on if he gets health up and maybe no special rooms and just range up there. Decisions. Yep, Jim's going to go look for that item room as well, and I don't blame him in this situation. Only the 3 red hearts on both sides. They both need as much as they can. Yep, because you run a risk with the Kamikaze glitch is still taking damage. Zero's game. Yep, you already saw Quilly, but nonetheless, you got the Guardian Angel. Double speed orbital for him. And again, doubles up the speed of any other orbital that you're already holding on to, for that matter. So a lot of extra shot blocking. Lover's Card would spawn 2 red hearts for Zero. And it'll be right on over. Speaking of red hearts, wow, again with this. So the Yum heart showing up again on Zero's side. So instead, let's get a legitimate Judgy Please, as that is technically Zero's. So let's get a Judgy Please for Zero if you guys would. Mom's got eyes in the back of their head. They always do. It's true. Oh, God, the nail again. This is really going to help out. Goodbye, Kamikaze, and goodbye trying to glitch that out. Hello, 1 health up every time he uses the nail, and damage up in the room. So, Chudgy, what, just, well, I think we can go with? We'll go with, Alright, so like I said, there's a nail usage damage increase and 1 extra soul heart on Jim's side every time he uses it, but again, without a habit or anything else to charge it quicker, that is a 6-room recharge, so gonna take a while. Yeah, Judgy, not exactly helping out here. You are not being a bro, dude. Ooh, this is, though, the PhD on Jim's side is going to give him a full heal, and now he has nothing but good or neutral pills coming for him. He'll also be able to tell what they are after he picks them up. It gives you a little bit of time, and then gives you gives you a chance that it actually tells you what the pill is, and it will. It's just a matter of time. Also, speaking of good things, we got Steven, the damage tumor, showing up out of a locked chest on ZeroGamePlan's side, so plus damage on those tiers again. Bible's on the other floor and he can't get back into the room anyway, so he could if he wanted to. Ooh, Jim heading on down to the depths here, and we got ourselves a loading screen error, so flash please. Flash please. Come on. Flash. Flash. Your mother and I need to talk. We're concerned about you. You seem to be reacting slower, and we're worried that you may be on the drugs. Flash, come on. Tell us. You can tell us. We're your parents. It's okay. Anytime now. Do 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 do. Hey, there we go. So loading up the depths floor finally. And let's see what Jim gets out of this. Ooh, Necropolis one. So the expansion version of the floor, tougher enemy spawns. Yeah, that catch-up time, it happens. And ooh, how about that crown? Let's get those yes crowns as Zero's going to pick up the pageant boy and take about 7 cents on down with him to the depths. He gets an immediate item room on his side with a common cold, so now poison damage also added on to ZeroGamePlan's tiers. Ooh, and with that 7 cents, thank you to the Yes Crown, we're going to get the treasure map over on ZeroGamePlan's side. So now he'll be able to make very educated guesses as to where his special rooms are. And looks like he's thinking that his boss fight's going to be somewhere over on the left-hand side of this map. I pretty much agree with him, and I think I know where he's headed here. Because I think we're going to have the same thought on this one. But again, very good finds, good combination there, getting that 7 cents, exactly what he needed. Luckily, that treasure map was on sale. Alright, a little more money for Jim. And still nothing on his steps one. Still looking for that item room that Zero has found, and that boss fight that Zero is looking for. Again, Justice card, one of every type of item, a key, a coin, a heart, and a bomb. Alright, and in that Depths 1 store, we got greed on Jim's side. Excuse me. So again, with not quite enough money to buy anything at full price, it was worth the risk. You might as well try to find another penny at that point on the floor. But one way to make some money is killing off greed. Mind you, no store at this point until the next floor for Jim, so he's going to have to hope that Depths 2 actually doesn't contain greed or super greed. Yes, guys, there's downtime between the music. It's called the fade out of one song and the time between. You just have to wait. Ooh, quad shot on Jim's side. So, oh god, this build's starting to get a little more interesting. So again, gonna head into the cursor. Man, no such luck on that one. Again, we got Mr. Cool, aka Loki, that ZeroGamePlan is fighting. So real quick, if you can, let's see those. Yeah, Depths and Necropolis are the same level. Necropolis is the expansion version, so you get tougher enemies like these jumping greed heads, for example. Oh, excuse me again. Sorry about that. I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant there. Don't worry. Sad thing is I read what you meant there instead of what you actually wrote. Alright, on over towards that boss fight finally. And again, Jim gonna look to catch up to that same Depths 2 floor that Zero just moved himself onto. Again, Jim down to just 2 hearts though. Alright, so green blow. Jim kind of caught in a corner there. There we go. And as soon as he found himself that little bit of time where he knew the green blow wasn't going to wind up doing that double brimstone, he wound up moving up to the top of the room. Again, you're safe up here to an extent. You're safe up here. Green blow's a little different. But at the same point, you're safer at the top of the room. And you notice Jim's not moving directly to the side or directly in front of the bloat. He's making sure that he never gets that brimstone shot at him. Alright, on out of the Depths 2. Curse of Darkness going to inflict JimDrizzle on this one, so no mini-map for him. Same thing, even on Zero's side. If he were to get a Curse of Darkness, that treasure map would mean nothing to him, sadly. No, guys, if the glitch is only beneficial, you cannot use it. Alright, Guppy's head on Zero's side is going to spawn about 3 to 7 flies every room that he uses it in. And again, that gets you a little bit of a damage multiplier on those homing flies, for that matter. So lots of extra damage. Little making sure he inflicts poison on all these knights. Doesn't have to worry about actually lining up behind him. Ugh, another pretty worthless store there, but Bum Friend on JimDrizzle's side. That's going to pick up all the money that he gets. Oh shit, I hit the wrong one. Sorry, hold on, Carp. Hold on, I hit the wrong one. I just realized that that banned you instead of the bot. Sorry, hold on. Wait, I can do this an easier way. Hold on a sec, Carp. Let's try that again. Okay, you should be good now. Sorry, I hit you instead of the bot. My bad. Chat scrolled at the worst freaking time, dude. And let's see, to answer your question, can you use a non-beneficial glitch? Yes, you can. Technically, they can be beneficial. The trick to it is, you have to be able to run a risk. Yes, sorry about that, dude. I hit the wrong person on that. That was totally me, too. So I take all credit on their credit. I take all responsibility on that one. That was totally me. Either way, though, to answer your question, it can have a benefit to it. Like you saw JimDrizzle using the glitch with Kamikaze, for example. You still basically are allowed to, what am I trying to say? You can gain benefits from it, but you have to take a risk with it as well. So stuff like that Kamikaze glitch, you run the risk of taking damage at the same time. That makes it okay to use. Yeah, I take the credit. Wait, not what I meant. Not what I meant. Welcome back in on. But again, if it's only beneficial, no, you cannot use it. Pretty clear, guys. even in the playoffs, it's always you've been able to do this. Alright, so on into his mom's hard fight. Jim gonna look to catch up onto that womb 1 where Zero is. And I'm thinking he's probably heading towards that boss fight right now. I think we got just this and the 3 more rooms on Zero's side. A little bit more speed up on Jim's. Excuse me, also gonna leave behind Guppy's head there. Excuse me, Guppy's head. Tammy's head. Let's try that again. Which would have spit out tiers similar to his in about 8 different directions once per room. And he's already got the quad shot though. I'd rather have the nail for that extra health and that damage increase on the 4 that he already has. Again, you notice that as he kills off enemies, still that Bloody Lust enacting. Both racers have that, though. So we're pretty even all the way across the board. Just a matter of that possible time advantage if Zero's got where, or if Zero is going where he should be on this treasure map. Excuse me. And we'll find out here. Yes, he was. All right, so we did find that boss fight. Again, you get to make pretty darn good guesses with that treasure map, and Zero worked his way right on over to this first boss fight in the womb. Excuse me again. And again, there's no item rooms, no stores down here. So you're really just looking for that. And again, Zero toting around that 1-up as well, I didn't mention. Kind of writes itself. It brings you back to life with full red health. And moving on in for a Blastus's fight. One of the easiest down here in the womb. What's up, Green? How you doing? And guys, BOILeR.org will answer 99% of your questions. Give it a shot. Alright, check this out. Wow. Okay, Curse of Darkness, ZeroGamePlan just straight up internal compass that. What did you clear? 1 room to find this fight? Holy crap. This internal compassing today is ridiculous. I'm not even joking. So, like, ridiculously quick find. We got a little bit of poison damage going on to Mom's Heart. And again, already about 15% of the way through on Zero's side. Wow to that. Not just luck, but that's an internal compass just telling you, all right, I got a Curse of Darkness. I don't see my treasure map that I purchased, I would like to point out, game. Gee, thanks. And lo and behold, got right to it anyways, and just like, well, you know what? I don't need it. I'm gonna head this way. Ha, look at that, boss fight. God, I love when that happens. I really do. When you can just, like, stick into the game like, oh, Curse of Darkness? Don't need it. Speaking of that, Jim also has found his boss fight here on Womb 1, so we got that 1 floor differential. Zero already halfway through this Mom's Heart fight, though. So Jim gonna really have to hope that one of those, oh, and is an Emperor card, might I add. So he's gonna have to hope to melt through Skull X here and then pop right on in and start melting through Mom's Heart because Zero has a large advantage on time, but Jim could really make this close. Alright, there goes Skull X again. Lives will stay out the rest of the time. Jim gonna head on down to the Womb 2 and right on into his Mom's Heart fight. But again, will it be too little too late? Even with Quad Shot, I don't know. That's a lot of damage he'd have to pop out real fast here. Okay, now I meant to do that. All right, Zero got himself a 1-0 win. So again, really close at the end there, and you notice exactly how much damage Jim is doing, especially with that quad shot and his damage up coming off of the, off of Bloody Lust. But same thing on Zero's, and it was just enough, even with that Emperor card for Jim. But wow, lucky on that one at the same point. Damn good race, guys. That was close, and 1-0 lead on Zero's side. So wow. Oh, there's that love. Zero loves Jim. Oh, he's my friend. You ain't going to be saying that if I tell you that he's still going to be leading the division, even if you win the next round. See? Foreshadowing, guys. See what I did? Kidding, obviously, but nonetheless. Coming up real quick, we got round number 2. ZeroGamePlan's going to look to win 2-0. JimDrizzle going to look to tie this up in 1 and force a game 3. So give us about 2 minutes here. Let me get you a link into both of their channels. Go say what's up to Jim and to Zero. Tell them both great race on that, because that was dang close. We'll be right back in about 2 minutes, guys. Hang tight, and we'll get round number 2 underway. Alright, so we're back and we're just about ready to get round number 2 underway. Let me flip this back on over, and like you can see, we got ZeroGamePlan with a 1-0 lead right now over JimDrizzle. I just about called him GQ on that note, I'd like to point out, so I'll just say, what's up, GQ? How you doing, dude? On that note, though, like I said, we're going to get round number 2 underway. ZeroGamePlan going to look for a 2-0 win. Jim going to look to tie this up in 1 apiece and force himself a game 3 between these two. Again, Zero going to look to get himself a little bit closer to the top of the, the NFC West. That's not AFC teams. Looking to get a little bit closer up to the top. Jim leading him by 2 games at the moment. So if Zero can pull this win out, he gets within 1 overall game throughout the span of the season of the division leader, JimDrizzle, and puts himself into the playoff contention once again. So again, best of luck to both guys. Jim going to look to get himself tied up here, like I said. And then that second win in a row would actually get him way ahead in the NFC West. So big match for both of these guys, and they're going to get ready whenever they're, they're going to get racing whenever they're ready. Let me get you a link into both of their channels. Again, go on in, tell them both good luck, and hang out with those guys if you would. So good luck to you guys, like I said, and whenever they're good. Stable runs, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Johnny? How you doing, man? Alright, so both with curse rooms and item rooms here to start off the floor. Let's see what we got in these. Hopefully something good out of those 4 rooms. Alright, we're off and going. Ooh, yeah, we're starting interesting if nothing else. We got Tech 2 over on Jim's side. So he'll be off and running with that constant firing laser. Maybe luck in the curse room. Not for either of them, sadly. Yeah, I was going to say nothing too special for Zero. That's going to be a reset on his side. Yeah, Vampire Heal's definitely not worth the run. Alright, and Duke of Flies will be the first boss fight on Jim's side. And Champion Mop, for that matter. Homing Tears? No thanks, that'll be another reset for Zero. Ooh, finally something good though. Harlequin Baby will shoot out Tears as a follower in a V-shaped pattern, so a little bit more shot coverage as far as area of the screen. And how about the Lugfoot also for ZeroGamePlan? So that'll make gambling a lot more beneficial to him. Also turns all pills to good or neutral, just doesn't tell you what they are. There's been music the whole time, guys. I'll really have to get over this. There is always music playing. It's the same playlist it has been all 13 weeks so far. Okay, guys, there's volumes on songs, right? You realize that as they stop, that they do fade out? We all realize that, right? And again, go into your own audio files and give it a shot. Put those 2 songs back to back, the exact same thing happens. I haven't changed the volume, guys, seriously. Holy shit. Again, guys, it's a playlist. If you really want, I'll show you the fucking volume files. Nothing changed. Y'all need to get over it. It went from a quieter song to a louder one. Oh god, no. Quit fighting it. Seriously, I haven't changed a thing. A little bit more damage on Jim's side on his tier. And again, thankfully with Tech 2, you want to not damage up. That thing is pretty much a little bit of damage down right off the get-go, so you kind of have to replace what you got at the beginning. Thank you, Zealous. How you doing? Thank you. Tech 2's got its moments. It's not always that great, though. Like I said, with that damage down at the very get-go, you need something to replace it with. Thankfully, that pentagram will do it. Alright, so 1 floor ahead right now. Jim's fighting off Pestilence. He's going to wind up with his 2nd orbital. Also, let's get a Judgy Please on his side. Hopefully, Judgy doesn't get taken out by one of those pot shots before an item. Come on. Okay, good. I was going to say, I saw that shot coming. I was a little bit worried for Jim there. Hierophant card will at least be 2 soul hearts for him, but he'll wind up with a cube of meat orbiting around along with that sacrificial dagger he's got. Excuse me again, sorry about that. Alright, come on, Judgy. You gotta have something now. Anything? Anything? Something? No? Something? Ah, something. The treasure map for JimDrizzle. Very nice find. So again, no keys. Gonna leave that item room behind. On down to the caves too. And there you see that floor layout. Let's see here. Where are you gonna be at? Also, Guppy's Head, like I should point out, spawning all those extra flies for him. So lots of extra damage for Jim. Ooh, speaking of Judgy Pleases, with 3 cents, let's get one for ZeroGamePlan as well. Come on, one more penny, you got this. Do it. Aw, nothing. Judgy, come on, really, dude? Really? Really? So again, Jim on Caves 2 right now. We got Zero on Caves 1 looking at his boss fight. Already had his item room as well, so he's just about done with this floor. And let's see, flat penny over burnt penny. That'll get Jim more keys if he picks up coins, like would have been in the center of the room. Would have given him a chance every time for a coin. Burnt penny would have given him a chance that as he picked it up would have been a bomb instead. See, we call this a fade out. Notice it got quiet? There's no music right now. Oh, it switched songs. Alright, a little bit of damage up on Zero's side and health up on that meat. Again, that is mismarked. Not tears, but damage up. And it's not much, but it's still damage up. Alright, Necronomicon, well, one page of it, I should say, that missing page, is basically the Necronomicon usage at basically a 5% output. Every time you get it, you got that 5% chance that it actually triggers, and it's not often that it does, but when it does help. That's a full death card usage, keep in mind. But again, Jim finding his item room, and now boss fight here on Depths 1. Got Mom's Eye once again, so that tier coming out of the back of ZeroGamePlan's eye. It says tier rate up, and I don't think it's much, but that may increase your fire rate ever so slightly. But Jim on into his boss fight. We got Monstro 2. Again, watch Monstro's head. 1, 2, Brimstone. 1, 2, Brimstone. In between the 2 and the Brimstone, move over to the other side to keep him in this pattern endlessly. And you notice Sacrificial Dagger doing quite a bit of damage. We got Mr. Squeezy for fire rate increase and 2 soul hearts. God. Let's get those no Bibles as well as for the 3rd time today that's shown its face. First time for Jim, mind you. Well, Zero rolled one into itself. I guess we can count that as the 2nd time it's shown up. But you get the idea. Either way, let's see those no Bibles. That is banned because they can one-hit kill both Mom's foot and Mom's heart instantly. And again, Jim right on over to a boss fight here. We'll see if he even bothers with this item room on Depths 2. It's going to be at least 4 rooms away. Well, at least 2 rooms away, minimally. It could be up there, so he's going to skip right on over it, head on into his mom's foot fight. Again, there you see Sacrificial Dagger going to do some work for him. As that arm pops out, both Technology 2, well, all 3 of these things, the Sacrificial Dagger and the Cube of Meat all doing some work for him. A little bit more speed increase. We got the Polaroid now for Jim. If he gets down to half a red heart, 5 seconds of damage shield it'll enact. Curse of the Lost adds a couple extra rooms onto the swoon floor, and again, just looking for his 2 boss fights here. Jim building a huge lead at the moment. And ZeroGamePlan, just that last enemy to clear, got through it, and on into his Caves 2 boss fight, Chad. So we'll wind up with little Chad every 4 rooms. That would give him a half a heart. Here comes yet another glitch that we allow, so Jim getting to find all the good glitches today. In a challenge room, if you pause right as you pick up an item, you'll hear all the other spawns come into the room. You'll actually hear like the sound as they spawn in. Every time, that's actually spawning in the next wave of enemies. So you can actually get everything at once spawned in, and as you notice, Jim's got a couple extra enemies. We allow that to happen because it is a risk having all those enemies in the room at once. And Miter on Zero Game Plan side, again, 50% chance of red that they become blue soul hearts for you. Little Chads are off limits. Seeker rooms, and well, super Seeker rooms, honestly, are off limits. Those all stay red hearts. Pretty much everything else, though, end of the room heart spawns can be blue instead of red. You might actually get an extra one out of a tinted rock as well, for that matter. I've seen that happen just having the Miter. Which, again, makes no sense. You would think that would be a lucky toe thing, but it happens. So, yeah. Again, I don't understand 90% of the coding, because a lot of things that shouldn't happen, happen. So, it's weird, but it's happened. And again, not often. Lucky Toe will do that, obviously, far more often, but like a 1% extra chance, because it will give you 3 sometimes. Alright, Jim just massacring some rooms here with this technology, too. That constant laser has been beautiful for him. As soon as he got that damage up, that thing has been just melting rooms. And again, right on over to what was his boss fight. Very nice guess here. Again, some of these rooms kind of write themselves as what might be a boss fight, or at least a very important room on the floor. But Jim moving on in, gonna get death here. And again, Monster 2 showing up on Zero Game Plan side. You see that exact same pattern. Watch him move his head twice. Ooh, never mind. There he goes out of the pattern just barely. That was weird timing. Either way, though, keep him in that exact same pattern if you can. 1, 2, move over to the other side. 1, 2, same theory. He will never move on you unless you get very unlucky like Zero did. Alright, so death down. We got 1 cube of meat and another god room with another Miter in it, so 50% chance now for Jim as well that he gets a soul heart spawn instead of a red heart. Let's see, decisions. Wow. I'm actually going to say it's the room to the left of his secret room. Why, I don't know, but I'm going to say that's where it is. Something about that says Moonstrats to me. I'm going to say it's the room to the left of his secret room is that boss fight for Jim. But he's going to try over to the right side here. Chances are good that it's going to be down here one more, or connected to the next room, I should say. Yeah, why? Because Moonstrats, that's why. I don't know, it's just, I have the feeling that's where it is. Something about that Seeker room screaming it. But we'll probably see it right here. Oh, or not, actually. Okay, Blood Challenge room. That leaves 2 spots. One at the very top, and one where I just called. So, I'm saying Moonstrats. It's, at this point, 50% call, it's Moonstrats. It's the bottom one. Question. Problem with that is that Jim can't bomb into the boss room through the Seeker room, so he's going to have to go all the way around the outside, and at this point, might as well go up to the top and check to make sure, because it's only 1 more room to clear. So you might as well get that one up top, and at least make sure you're not just walking through a bunch of extra rooms. Speaking of that, we got Zero Game Plan taking down Red Mom's foot, takes her out, a little bit of health up and shot speed increase with those stem cells. Polaroid again, and he'll be moving on down to his womb. And again, just a regular Womb 1 on his side, so all about finding that boss fight for him at this point. Ooh, Jim's actually going to head on over to the right, so... Or, the right. Let me try that again. My other right, the left, is where Jim is heading. So again, 1 more room, and we'll probably see that boss fight connected down here. He's going to bomb right on out. I want no part of Gertie Jr. Oh, hi, boss fight. Called it. Moonstrats, ladies and gentlemen. That's why we say it. Again, through your Seeker room, chances, well, not chances are that you're going to get right towards your boss fight, but in the womb especially, they tend to be pretty darn close to each other. So if you know where your Seeker room is, chances are you might find that boss fight really nearby. I've never been able to bomb in, personally. Which is how I know, like, okay, that's a boss fight. That's usually the way that most people actually kind of figure it out, for lack of a better term, is like, oh, I can't bomb in through that. Well, I know where that boss fight is. Let's go around here and up that way. But again, Jim on into his mom's heart fight. And again, already good over 25% of the way through, looking to tie this up in 1 apiece. Zero Game Plan gonna have to look for a real fast fight here. But Judgy, oh, you're so tempting, but I don't have time for you. No time for love, Dr. Jones. And Zero gonna move on along without that Judgy, which is gonna make him cry, I know. Especially because he just got his money back. But he needs his time to be made up here. again, Jim very close to closing this one out and tying it up in one apiece here. Ooh, and down to half a heart on Jim's side. That damage shield just about gone. Taunted that last little bit on Mom as well. Which dies first? Mom's heart it is. We are tied up at 1. Wow, that got a little risky at the end. You actually saw Polaroid in act. That 5-second damage shield was from Polaroid on Jim's side. Now we can get a legitimate Judgy, please. Oh, really? Now you spit out an item, Judgy? Because it's over. You realize that, right? Thanks, Judgy. Appreciate it. Everybody tell Judgy, a little bit too late there, buddy. On that note, though, like I said, very quick run once again. Sub 17 minutes, actually. Damn, that was really quick. Wait, was that sub 16? It was. It was sub 15. It was 14:59. Good God, nice run. Jim's got his timer up on his screen. Here's a link into both of their channels once again. Check them both out. Tell them both great job. We're tied up at 1. We got game number 3 coming up in about 2 minutes here. Hang tight. We'll be right back with you. Yep, real match, real odds. So we'll see who the winner is momentarily. Jim going to look to extend his lead to the NFC West. Zero going to look to close that gap and get himself into that 6th spot of the playoffs. We'll be right back, guys. Mistakes were made. Wait, hold on, what? Sorry, hi, we're back. No, I'm kidding. I wasn't betting on Salty Bet. What are you talking about? We're back. How's everybody doing? No, we were talking about it in chat. I just had to be a smartass. On that note, though, we got round number 3 just about to start. There's Zero. Everybody say hi to Zero as he goes back into his corner. Get in your corner, damn it. No. Again, I'm kidding. Obviously, we got nothing but love for our racers. I just had to give them crap. On that note, though, we're back and ready for round number 3. Oh, this gonna be good. This gonna be good. Everybody pull up your chair, get on the edge of it. This one's gonna be good. Seriously, though, we got round number 3 starting up here between ZeroGamePlan and JimDrizzle. Again, basically a battle for getting up towards the top of that division in the NFC West. Jim already holds the lead. ZeroGamePlan looking to get much closer to it. So again, best of luck to both of you guys. They'll do their own countdown. They're in a call together in their 2 channels. Let me get you a link into both. It's so fluffy! I freaking love that. It's so fluffy! I can just hear that, sadly. I can totally hear that rifling through my head now. Oh god, these gifts this year. Yeah, get your popcorn, get your beer. This one's gonna be good. No, seriously, they'll be racing through the Womb 2 once again. Same rules apply as last 2 times. And again, whoever gets there through there first is going to wind up getting a 2-1 victory here tonight. Like I said, Zero looking to bring himself within 1 game of JimDrizzle, who's leading the division, and looking to get himself an even bigger lead if he can. You know, that GIF makes that look really, really, really raunchy. I would just like to point that out to anybody that might have as sick of a mind as me. Yeah. On that note, let's burn that from our retinas. We got round number 3 just about to get going here. So again, head on into both of their channels. Good luck to both ZeroGamePlan and to JimDrizzle if you guys would. Here's the list, or the link, I should say, once again. Before Brazzers logo. Yeah, and now we can't unsee that. You're welcome, Mike. I do what I can. I do what I can. Welcome to my sick hell. Alright, looks like Jim just picked up... Oh, Jesus, Zero. Oh, God. It was even better. Oh my God. Some of these gifts, man, I'm telling you. Oh my Lord. Oh man, you did that just to mess with their minds again, didn't you, Zero? You did that just to mess with their minds and our eyeballs. I know you did. Oh, that's why I love our racers. They find the best gifts too, I swear to God. Okay, I'm done laughing, I think. Oh, God, alright, my soul is now back from the pieces that I shattered it into there. Like I said, we'll be off and racing momentarily, or it looks like they're just about to get started. Oops. Why did that not link? There we go, now it worked. So again, there's a link. You can actually see Jim playing on a Super Nintendo controller, so wish the SNES power and ZeroGamePlan some good luck here. And there's those shots, so soon. And they're off and running, so wow, Bloody Lust again on JimDrizzle's side. So the man who wears that, well, technically it might be a tie from time to time, around his head in favor of Bloody Lust. I'm just gonna say, he may like the thing. Has it again. Really? Hey, this time it didn't turn into another Bible. ZeroGamePlan teleported into a God room, re-rolled a Bible. Let's see those no Bibles once again, guys and gals. And again, lo and behold, re-rolled it, got the scapular this time, and then reset his entire run. Wasn't that great? So, wound up resetting it. And thank you, Larry. Thank you, man. How you doing? Thank you very much. And again, the cat agrees. Thank you. He will be delving into the catnip later in severe thanks of that. There's those no Bibles. How about Mo Bible? Mo money, Mo Bibles, Mo problems. Ooh, very nice restart here. So plus damage and plus health on ZeroGamePlan's side. So he's off and running now too, and both in the same room as they're both looking at their first boss fights. And Zero with a far easier room to get through. Got into his boss fight slightly quicker. Speaking of Larry damage, hoping not to take any Larry Jr. damage. I'll be here all week. I know, I shouldn't quit my day job. This is it, so don't expect me to quit. On that note, Zero, or like I said, Zero fighting the blue version. He's going to wind up with 1 soul heart at the end of this. Jim finishing off his Duke of Flies, and we'll see what item he gets first. I figured you might appreciate that one. The timing wrote itself. On that note, wooden spoon, so a little bit of speed increase, and JimDrizzle on down to the second basement floor first. Ooh, very nice find, though. Speaking of damage, from Larry. Tish, thank you, game. You're writing them for me. Okay, the crashing noise outside was also perfectly timed. On that note, though, pentagram plus damage on ZeroGamePlan's tiers. Thank you, Larry. Okay, can we stop throwing one plate at a time into the dumpster below? Thank you. Ravager, did you hear my story earlier today about when I lived in Idaho Falls, what our concert of the year was? And their concert of the decade, might I add? Because otherwise your timing is impeccable also. Get it? Impeccable? Tarnus? Pekka? Anyone? Okay, again, I'll be here all week. They're writing themselves today. Alright, Zero finishing off his boss fight. A little bit more health up. Yet another God room here. And the scapular, it's like it wants to be taken by Zero. So if he gets down to half a red heart, that'll spawn 1 blue soul heart for him once per room. nice angle on those shots there by ZeroGamePlan. Also got himself the front ones killed off. Had only one shot left to do on the final two. Took 0 damage in that room. Very, very nicely done. Gonna do the exact same thing here so you can watch it all over again. May not get quite as lucky this time, and indeed he didn't, but still got 0 damage in there, so that's exactly how you want to take care of those rooms. And yet again, another boss fight for Zero, so building up that possible advantage. He's probably going to go look for that item room, though. Does have himself some damage up at this point. And quite a bit, for that matter, so he is right onto that boss fight. Again, blue version of Gertie Jr. Going to get a soul heart at the end of this. And I think that means Zero's going to wind up skipping on over his item room here. Ooh, even better, on Jim's side we got Cancer, so double up that fire rate of those tiers. So even more damage output for JimDrizzle. And again, heading right on over to that boss fight to finish off the basement. And we get to say what's up to Famine one more time, so keep a meat incoming, but first things first, let's all greet Famine with a wonderful, if you would. But again, Zero did skip over his item room there in Caves 1, found his immediate item room in Caves 2 to make up for it. But again, right on down, huge advantage at this point of over a floor. Alright, infestation for ZeroGamePlan. If he were to get hit, that spawns 1 for until the end fly to do some damage for you, and that is a damage multiplier of your tiers. Excuse me again. Yeah, Caves 2? Oh god. Read in the store warning. Read in the store warning. Oh shit, there's the store. He doesn't have a key to get into it or money to spend anyway, so I doubt we're gonna find out if that's greed in the store for ZeroGamePlan. Nonetheless, the warning has been put out there that that is most likely greed, because it has been all week. Well, pretty much all month at this rate. Ooh, Guppy's Paw, so we got one of the Guppy items on JimDrizzle's side. I'll take that with him because, again, empty or full heart containers, doesn't matter. But each one of those red heart containers can turn into 3 blue soul hearts for him at any time he wants. And again, one of the 3 pieces of Guppy being built up. Alright, might as well. We got the Arc on ZeroGamePlan's side. Again, a little bit of safety. If you were to die, you come back to life as the blue baby. On that note, JimDrizzle making pretty quick work of this cave's floor. Oh god, once again, quad shot. I think we've seen this build somewhere before, like, oh, I don't know. Jim's side a couple of races ago, like the last one. So, well, Bloody Lust quad shot. Like I said, may have seen this build slightly earlier. You know, I'm the same guy. Getting a little bit weird here, but we got some great builds going on. Jim is ripping on through Green Peep here. Already at 50% of the way through. And again, still holding on to Guppy's Paw, so that is a good 9 hearts on top of the 3 that he already has available to him. Technically 2.5, so he's got himself 11.5 total hearts at the moment. Alright, speaking of soul hearts, 2 more with Squeezy, along with a little bit of fire rate increase. Exactly what he could hope for. And Jim moving on down to his caves, too. Again, both in Catacombs expansion versions of the floor. What's up, Sly? How you doing, sir? Ooh, how about flying and spectral tiers with Spirit of the Night on Zero's side? I'm telling you, these builds, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, oh my damn. Oh my, okay, wow. Quad shot, Bloody Lust, Brimstone. Now, on JimDrizzle's side, wow. One person picks up a good item in form of ZeroGamePlan's flying and spectral tiers there with Spirit of the Night. Jim kind of overwrites that slightly with his quad shot Brimstone. You want to see some damage, look on the right. Because it's going to take a while to charge that shot, as you notice, but when it does fire, oh man, does that put out some damage. How beautiful is that? Oh, actually missed one of them. I was going to say you can basically clear entire rooms in one fell swoop, unless you get unlucky and one of those butt lickers happens to walk away from you. Alright, about half damage on the husk with that first shot by Jim. Again, both in the same room at the same time now. It's all about that damage output on these bosses, though. And again, Jim melted right on through. Had that one more shot to take care of. Getting the item box and one of everything. And again, going to leave behind Judas's tongue. That would have turned any devil deal into one red heart container, but he needs that double charge, or half charge time, I should say, on that brimstone with cancer, so he will take that with him. Because again, you notice just how long it's taken to charge this brimstone. Multiply that by 2 if he leaves cancer behind. No, thank you. Absolutely not. So again, 1 cube of meat, no thank you to both of those devil deals on Zero's side, and he's going to move on down to his depths. And again, Necropolis on both sides, so 2 expansion versions of the floors. Get out of my head! I don't want to. It has glitter pants. Inside joke. Not so inside, and I'm told the story, but nonetheless. And there's that item room on Jim's side. Again, gotta love that quad shot brimstone. So much damage. And with those 2 ticks, that is normal, by the way. So you notice he's being able to take out 2 different, I don't want to call them spawns, but splits of these enemies here in this fistula room. And never forget. Glitter Pants 2012, never forget. Alright, Book of Shadows. I was gonna say, I'm kind of mystified by this choice, but now I see what he's doing. So, heading back, using up Guppy's Paw all 3 times. JimDrizzle now at all blue hearts. Excuse me again, sorry. And keeping himself that Book of Shadows, which is gonna get him 12 seconds of invincibility every time he uses it. Now again, this brings up an interesting theory. Do you take the Polaroid later? Again, that would double up the charge time on your brimstone, so risky. But at the same point, you do a lot of damage with it, so maybe not as risky to get rid of that as you may think. Polaroid would give you 5 seconds of damage shield every time you got hit, though. So, I don't know. This is going to be a tough call. We'll see at the end of the Depths 2. First things first, Depths 1 boss fight for Jim. He's got himself that 12 seconds of invincibility here. So thank you, Book of Shadows. That'll take care of the first part, if not all of this fight. He's doing quite a good bit of damage here to the Bloat. Again, Bloat may have double Brimstone, but he's got quad shot Brimstone. And again, Zero already down about halfway, I would assume, through this. Oh, God. Through this Depths 1. Again, Jim finishing his off, getting the Scapular for, again, if he gets hit. At this point, doesn't have a red heart available to him, so this gets a little more interesting. On that note, though, Zero also picked up damage up, again, with a pentagram on JimDrizzle's side, so even more damage. Yep, Quad Shot gives you more damage on Brimstone. Yes, it does. Gives you a huge charge time on it as well. Kind of the same thing as Polyphemus. Ooh, there's those I've seen everything X-ray classes. ZeroGamePlan will be able to get in and out of all of his secret rooms and super secret rooms free of charge. No bombs needed. You get all the entrances and exits open for you automatically. Look at that. Almost one hit this room of 2 mini-bosses. That's insane. Alright, Book of Revelation showed up in ZeroGamePlan's store. Again, not enough money for it, but that would have given you 1 soul heart every time you use it. And again, let's say that you used it here on Depths 1. You're guaranteed, on this floor for that matter, to get a Horseman fight. If you were to use it on Depths 2, obviously you don't get that same guarantee. But, even so, like let's say use it on Basement 1, where you don't get that guaranteed boss fight to finish off the 2 floors. Basically, it spawns a Horseman on one of the 2 floors for you, so it's not guaranteed that right away you're going to get it, but you will see one. Again, you can bypass that, though, on the Womb, on the Cathedral, and on the Depths by waiting until either the 2nd floor or on those later ones where you know what your boss is, basically, that you're safe to use it there. Alright, 2 spades, double up the amount of keys Jim has, so he's up to 8. And Zero working on basically the same type of room Jim just had. You see the damage difference. Zero's got a lot, but that Brimstone... Ooh, how about pinky shears? That would be more damage. Interesting. Would also be flying. I might actually think about considering that a little bit there. Jim gonna leave it behind, though, and take his invincibility with Book of Shadows. Excuse me again, sorry about that. But Jim gonna take that invincibility, like I said, and again, with no way to teleport out, that will be left behind. Pinky shears would have cut Jim's head off from the rest of his body. Body would have run around the room, damaging everything for a pretty good clip of damage. Again, doesn't really need that damage, but flying may have come in very handy depending on what fights you get. But again, same theory, you can just take 12 seconds of invincibility, and with the damage that Jim has, that's pretty much all you're gonna need. Oh god, how about a champion version of the Mask of Infamy on ZeroGamePlan side? We got Polaroid, so there, that answers my question. Double up the charge time now on JimDrizzle's, on his Brimstone. But he will get an invincibility shield every time that he gets hit for 5 seconds. Again, though, onto his womb, an XL version of it for that matter, just looking for 2 back-to-back boss fights now is JimDrizzle. What's up, Bystro? How you doing, sir? Ooh, getting hit there. Wow, that mask is getting trolly already on Zero's side. Finally getting through the heart itself. That had more health than it should. Again, welcome to having a champion version. God, I hate this fight. Alright, tower card, bunch of random bombs will spawn throughout the room. Jim's going to take that strength card with him, though. Again, you got to be a little bit careful with that, because that'll give you 1 red heart increase, which means that Polaroid's out the window at that point. So we'll see if and when he uses that. May just be the first of the 2 boss fights, and then probably during Mom's Heart, he'll wind up keeping the Polaroid active. But again, it's all about that timing. We'll see what he chooses to do, if he even has to use it for that matter. May just be that safety cushion in case he gets down to no health left. Alright, Squeezy again, a little bit of fire rate increase and 2 soul hearts. ZeroGamePlan on down to the depths too, but at those 2 back-to-back boss fights, JimDrizzle looking to possibly close this out in short fashion here. That quad shot Brimstone Bloodlust combination helping him out a ton time-wise. And again, making quick work of this XL floor did not exactly hurt. But again, working on Daddy Longlegs here. Probably just the 1 more shot. Now you really got to worry. Oh, well, thank you to the legs for taking out those spiders, making this a lot easier on Jim, honestly. Ooh, and perfect timing on those spawns. Crown's totally unnecessary. How about those no crowns, ladies and gentlemen, as Jim's going to pass it up. Doesn't need the money, as you can see. Heading right on into his Mom's Heart fight, looking for that 2-1 win and extending his lead to 3 games in the the NFC West. And again, this late in the season, that puts him very close to clinching that division. Whoa, hey, let's randomly click in and move numbers. Stupid Crumps is stupid. Wow. Number, move. The fuck? There we go. Thanks, number. Jesus. What the hell? You, stop moving. Thank you. Good. God almighty. All right, now change magically, number. What the hell happened there? That unlocked itself like some... That made no sense. Whatever. Who cares? 2-1 win on Jim's side as that damage just melted right on through. Woo! No one's dancing, ladies and gentlemen.